Oh, good morning. It just seems rude to stop Enya. I don't know. It's like, oh, so soothing. Her music is just, has always touched my soul, always. Enya's music, I just remember the first time I heard her music, and it's just, have no idea what any of the words are that she's saying. Doesn't matter. It just fills my soul. It just feels so amazing. And that's what life is all about, living in the now, right now, because all there is now. There's no yesterday. There is no tomorrow. There's only right now. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling now? How are you feeling this morning? How are you feeling today? How are you feeling in general? I'm really, really grateful that you're here. Thank you for sharing this time with me. These past 3 years have changed my life dramatically, dramatically. I have tools now that I use on a daily basis to make my life a better life, to enjoy life more, to influence others, to help others understand what all this means and what life really is all about. We get stressed out over so many things. I was listening, I don't know if it was one of the songs that talked about let go of what I know I don't know. I think I got that out of my book. And turn off the noise. Let go of what I know I don't know. What do you know? What do you know? Yeah, the panda's back. Chinese New Year is coming up, February 19th, the year of the goat, sheep, the ram. It's going to be an amazing year. I'm so excited. Are you guys feeling the energy? Are you feeling amazingness? Are you feeling better? That's really what I want to know. It's all about every minute of the day reaching to feel better than you feel right now. How much better can you feel? You could just keep feeling better and better and better and better and better, and all of a sudden you've got this energy that is unstoppable. Unstoppable. We have been reading and enjoying and studying and discovering The Little Things That Matter by Todd Smith. You'll find a link to this book on our website. We've also been talking about a lot of other things. You're going to laugh at me, okay? I've got like 12 books on the go, but I am studying A Course in Miracles. Anyone here had this? You had a first good night's sleep in a long time. I slept so well last night, Ricardo. Seriously, it was just an amazing, but I woke at 4:30. I was asleep really early, and I woke at 4:30. I was ready to get up, but I was not getting up at 4:30. Anyways. Didn't. So I'm reading A Course in Miracles, and it is really deep stuff. All right. I haven't done my lesson for today. I will be reading that after and doing my lesson. But what I'm doing is I'm doing what I can. I read what I'm drawn to read in here. So there's different parts. You can see I've got it tagged there with little tabs, and those little tabs take you to the different sections of the book. Because there's the workbook for students, and then there's a teacher's part, and there's all kinds of parts, and I'm just I'm drawn to it, and I'm loving it. And then I'm also reading The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. How many of you feed your mind every day? How many of you feed your mind every day? Educate yourself on something, learn from somebody else every day outside of this. So this is Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success. This is the raw, the book is really kind of an odd print because they've just taken the raw material. I am on the first lesson, which is about the mastermind. And I'm going to tell you, I'm learning things about mastermind I never ever thought of before. I've never thought of it before. It's just, and I'm almost finished that section, and then the second law of success is a definite chief aim. And, it really just takes, if you've read Think and Grow Rich, which I reference all the time, Think and Grow Rich, this is only volume 1, by the way. Okay, so you see this book. This is about 600 pages. There's 2 of these. This is volume 1. There are 16 laws, but they're really all what's in here. It just takes what's in the Think and Grow Rich and goes deeper. It just helps you understand it more. Because the more you understand something, the better your life gets. And my daughter recommended this, the Tao of Pooh. It's actually pronounced Tao, not Tao. I may read this on the call. I've gone through it though, and it's a little, I'm not sure how well it would read. However, it would be fun because I'm going to tell you the lessons in here, the lessons from Winnie the Pooh on life are pretty profound. Would you guys agree? Any Winnie the Pooh fans? Your destiny is to fulfill those things upon which you focus most intently. So choose to keep your focus on that which is truly magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. Your life is always moving towards something. I've gotten to know many of you over the years and some of you over the last few months since you've been coming to Morning Motivator, and I consider myself the ultimate observer. Dawn will tell you I observe, and I'm usually fairly accurate once I've been able to observe someone. And you know, I still see, even in myself, and this is probably the biggest challenge you're going to face in your life. And that is recognizing when you are not focused on the magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. When you are focused on what you don't like. And some of you are still doing that. You want to get into a discussion about what's wrong. You want to get into a discussion about all that that's going on out there. Yes? Admit it. Come on, put your hand up. If you are somebody who loves to get into a discussion about what's wrong, about what you don't like. I don't like those things or those people or those situations. I don't like them. So let's discuss it. Put your hand up. Well, I'm going to call you on that, Barbara, if that's okay. Okay, I'm going to call you on it, Barbara, because we've had lots of conversations where you love to discuss things you don't like. See, here's the challenge, knowing that you're even doing it. Because when you recognize what you're doing, okay, when you recognize what you're doing, then you have the option to think and choose differently. If you're watching the news, stop watching it. You don't like it, but you do it. So if you don't like it, why do you do it, Barbara? If you don't like it, why do you talk about it? Right? And thank you for all of you for being so honest, because you know what? I will tell you something. The minute you become honest with yourself, there's no one else to be honest with. No one else matters in your life. I don't know how to tell you this, okay? Your husband, your children, none of that matters when it comes to how you feel and what you do inside your head. You get to choose that. So do you want to look at what's wrong with everything in your world? Do you want to focus on what's wrong with your children and what's wrong with where you live and what's wrong with your relationship and what's wrong with the world and what's wrong with those people and what's wrong with that government and what's wrong with that store and what's wrong with everything? Isn't that what the news, that's all the news tells us. So number one, shut the damn news off. Anybody here? Jimmy, I love that you like watching the news, but stop it, okay? Stop watching the news, because although you might be looking for good news, the bad news is still filtering inside you. So I'm going to challenge you for the next 30 days. This is a big challenge, Jimmy. The next 30 days, don't watch the news. Instead of watching the news, read a book. Meditate. Read a book. Read a book. Read a book. I could go on and on. And if you haven't read this book, read it. Best book on the planet. Don't read the news. When the news comes across my Facebook page, if it's something I don't want to see, I say, I don't want to see these. I don't want to see news like this. I don't want to see information like this. I don't want to see it. So, and are you okay playing along with me, Jimmy? our friends here will tell you that I can be very, I'm going to call me tough. I can be tough. I can be very observant though. Okay, so your sentence says, that will be tough, but I will give it a try. Let's change the sentence, okay? Because as soon as we change the language we use, the words we use, how we feel changes. Let's try this instead. That sounds like a challenge that I'm up for. How does that feel, Jimmy? That sounds like a challenge I'm up for. I can do that. I'm up for a challenge. I can do that. Doesn't that sound better? That sounds like a challenge. I'm up for that. Rather than saying, oh, that sounds tough, but I'll give it a try. Thank you, Barbara. You know that I love you guys, that my sole purpose here is to help you dig deeper to be a better you. Not that I don't think you're a better you. I think you're pretty amazing. I think all of you are pretty darn amazing individuals, I must admit. You are more amazing than I am in every way imaginable. And I love turning you on to all this, and I love helping you to really, really see what you're doing, to really go, oh, and it is really, it's the little things. It's the little, you can't change perfect. That's right, Lynn, you can't. And you are all perfect. You're perfect exactly where you are right now. Accept that. Accept that there's challenges. Accept that there's going to be things that don't feel good. That feels uncomfortable. Why does that feel uncomfortable? Is it because it's a challenge? Or is it because it's not something I want to do? So Theta, shut the news off. Tell them we're not going to ask your husband to play along with you for 30 days. Just to say, let's have a game. It's a game. It's a game we're playing at this morning motivator thing I go to. And let's try it. What have we got to lose? Let's not turn the TV on, the news, for 30 days. And when we do turn the TV on, so here's something else, okay? Because let me tell you guys, I used to love watching shows like Law and Order, CSI, there's a few, NCIS, and I just loved crime drama and those kind of shows. I don't like horror shows, so I never watched that, but I loved crime drama, and I loved watching dramatic shows, but I liked watching comedy too, but I didn't watch as much of it. And as we started going through mostly this, and as I started really truly practicing what I learned in Tools to Life, I started to not watch anything that wasn't happy. I stopped watching anything that didn't make me laugh. Criminal Minds, oh my God, I love that show. Stopped watching it. I stopped watching it. Jimmy, you don't, it's okay to be aware of what's going on in the world. You just don't need to pay attention to it. This book, Theta, you'll find it on our website. This is the book of all time. This is the book everyone needs to read. And so I found as we stopped watching drama and we started watching comedy, things really changed. I went to bed laughing because we like to watch TV as we wind down in the evening. I like to disappear. It's what I do. We all have our routines, right? Trust me, I feed my mind all day. I mean, those are those books I'm reading. And then I'm also, for enjoyment, reading The Red Lion. This is about alchemy. This makes you think. I've got my Alchemist back. Oh, can't wait to share that one with you. If you haven't read it, you got to read it. It's just such a fun story. And of course, we've been reading from Co-Creating at Its Best. So I read a lot. We have so many books that you guys should be using and should be reading. Anyway, stop watching the news for 30 days. Who's in? I'm putting you on the spot right now. I better write it down. Okay. 30 days, no news. Okay? No news, no CNN. It's okay if you see the news feed on your Facebook. Notice it and recognize it's got nothing to do with you. Okay, Barbara, can we change that sentence? We need to help you, Barbara, to stop hating things. There's no need to hate the news. There's no need to hate anything. That's another word we need to remove from our vocabulary. It doesn't feel good, does it? I hate it. Oh, I hate that. I just choose not to watch it because I'm not in, because you know what I know? I know that all the people in the world are on their own journey. They're on their own path, and I'm here on mine. You don't even have, Barbara, we need you to remove don't. I like to watch something else instead. Okay, we're going to work on your vocabulary. Are you okay with that, Barbara? Are you all in with that? That like you're okay with this? If I beat on you every day and grab your words and say, let's change these words, don't they feel better? This thought feels better. That's an exercise and ask and is given. Which thought feels better? And I'll tell you guys, if you're open to allowing me in and allowing me to point out those little things, because those little things are going to make a huge difference in your life, right? Speaking of little things, today's little thing is accepting responsibility. Okay, Jimmy says, I believe, so number one, Jimmy, we need to get rid of the word but. But, maybe, should, try, guess. Never use them again. You should be able to separate negative from positive. I'm in so long as I'm able to recognize what has or is happening and then let it go of it. So, you know, just, here's all I'm going to ask you, Jimmy, is don't go looking for it. If there's news out there that you need to know, you're going to hear about it. Trust that. Don't go looking for it. Go looking for good things. Go looking for people who are doing amazing things. Go connect with people who are doing amazing things. Go find happy things. But don't go looking for the news. Let it come to you. If there's anything that needs your attention, you'll get it. No news. Yeah, no, don't go looking. Don't watch CNN. Don't go on the CNN feeds online. Don't go. If they come to you, observe them and let them go. Got nothing to do with you. Okay. Accept responsibility. This is little thing number 16. You know, I have no responsibility when it comes to any of you doing anything you do. It's my responsibility is what I choose, right? I'm responsible for the thoughts that go on in this crazy head of mine. I'm responsible for the words that come out of this mouth of mine that sometimes don't really reflect what I really want to come out of my mouth. You know how that is. It's like when we type things and it's like, yeah, you're right. That's why I love it, the fact that you can type it in here, because when you see it, you can look at it again and go, oh, I get that. Positivity excels. That's right, Winston. Let's just work on being happy right now. So the minute you recognize, oh, that doesn't feel good, you just go, what can I do to feel better? Accept responsibility. Let's see what Todd has to say. You alone are in complete control and responsible for the decisions you make and the actions you take, for your success or failure, for your happiness or discontent, for your present circumstances and your future. This bold statement is not intended to frighten or threaten, but rather to empower you. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that again. You alone are in complete control and responsible for the decisions you make and the actions you take, for your success or failure, for your happiness or discontent, for your present circumstances and your future. How we handle responsibility for our decisions and our mistakes is a direct reflection on our character. It's easy to see early on in life who gets it right and who doesn't. Consider the youth soccer player who always blames the team's loss on the coaches, the officials, and the other players, or the young professional with a poor performance record who insists that it's always because of something beyond our control. Quick question. Anybody here think that there's something going on in your life that's beyond your control? Are you experiencing things in your life right now that are beyond your control? Just gut answer, yes or no. Just a yes or no. Is there anything going on in your life that's beyond your control? At the end of the spectrum is the group of boys confessing to the neighbor that their baseball put a dent in his car rather than running away, or the husband who humbles himself before his wife and children and apologizes after having lost his temper. Universally, people who accept responsibility for their actions command greater respect and have a stronger influence. Those who pass the buck or make excuses eventually lose the trust and confidence in others. This is particularly true when that person has assumed a leadership role. No one wants to follow leaders who are unwilling to accept responsibility for their actions. So I see Claudia says yes. I like that Barbara goes, oops, no. Lynn says yes. So you guys think there's things going on in your life that are beyond your control. We need to work on that. Seriously. There is nothing going on in your life that is beyond your control, because the only thing you can control is your attitude. And so if there's things going on in your life you don't like, change your attitude toward it, and it will change. So if you think there's things going on in your world that you can't control, why do you want to control the weather, Lynn? It's your attitude toward the weather that sucks. You don't like the weather? Who cares? Who cares? What's the weather ever done to you? You don't like that driver in front of you? That's just an excuse, Lynn. It stops you from doing that job. It doesn't stop you from doing anything. Just have to look at it differently, Lynn. It doesn't stop you from anything. You can't go climb that tower because it's raining, but you can go do something else. That gives you the opportunity to go do something else. Ooh, it's raining. I can't do this. I can do this instead. I can come and work my online business. I can get out there and network. I can make some phone calls today. I can't get up on that ladder, but I can read a book. Yes, you have control of everything. Here are 3 actions you can take to accept personal responsibility when something has gone wrong. Reflect. The first step is to conduct a self-examination to contemplate your action or decision. Before you can make anything right or apologize for a mistake, you must have a clear understanding of where you went wrong. Learn. When you make a mistake or experience a failure, consider what can be learned. Some of life's most valuable lessons come from things we've done wrong. I've learned lessons from everything. Everything. Change. This is probably the most difficult for many. Self-examination and learning by themselves are not enough. If you're serious about accepting personal responsibility and the benefits that come along with it, you must also commit to following through with change. Continue what's working and change what isn't. Here's the challenge. From this day forward, will you commit to accepting responsibility for your actions and decisions? Well, you know, so Claudia, I just want to talk about that for a moment, and there's things going out there that are beyond your control. All you can do is control your attitude toward it. It really depends how you look at it, because you chose this experience. You chose to come here in this physical body and experience what you're experiencing. So you best learn how to have a better attitude about it. I don't believe there's anything such as evil, Winston. Sorry. There's positive and negative. It's all about how you feel. If it feels good, you're on the path. Doesn't feel good, you're not on the path. Evil's only what you think of it. It's only what other people have labeled something that doesn't feel good. Right? Here's the challenge. From this day forward, will you commit to accepting responsibility for your actions and decisions? A good place to start is by accepting responsibility in the following areas. The circumstances of your life today. Sometimes, Claudia, I think you're out there trying to find things that you have no control over. If somebody steals from you, you brought that into your existence to learn a lesson. I'm just going to keep repeating it. The state of your marriage, the condition of your financial status, the quality of your relationships with your children, co-workers, and friends, the plans for your future. Good place to start is by accepting responsibility in those areas. I don't, Winston, sorry. But that's okay. I don't need to. I believe in positive and negative energy, and I believe in a universe that is loving, and I believe that love is the answer to everything. It's what I've discovered and what I preach and what I share. And as I learn, I share. And as I learn, I change. Changed a lot. What you believe is that's fine. If it makes you feel good, great. If it makes you feel good, great. Awesome. Love it. Assuming full responsibility for your life and everything in it is evidence of your character and your desire to achieve your personal best. Assuming full responsibility for your life and everything in it is evidence of your character and your desire to achieve your personal best. Yes. So I'm going to bring up the poll here. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. All right. Look, I'm giving you probably way too many choices today. But there you go. You guys can pick a meditation that we can listen to today. One of them is a shorter version, so that sitting with breath, I never could find the full version of it. Kind of cuts off, but it's still a good one. A good place to start is by accepting responsibility for the circumstances of your life today. You are where you are because of the choices, the decisions that you made along the way since the beginning, since you were able to make a decision, since you were able to choose, since you were able to decide to go this way or not. You are responsible, no one else. You are experiencing what you are experiencing because there are lessons there for you to experience. To me, that's life. We are experiencing what we are experiencing because there are lessons here for us to learn. I have discovered how to get into that place of bliss pretty fast. It's pretty exciting. Oh, we're all on the Lori Granger today. We need a few more votes. We've only got 8 votes in. Can we get a few more votes on our meditation for today? Hopefully you guys are seeing it. Let's see who's going to pick us. Right now, letting go and be present are tied. So we want to be present and let go. They go hand in hand. They really do. Life is so bright, I need to wear shades. Absolutely. And that's really what it's all about, is just looking at life differently and recognizing I am where I am. And it's okay, because all there is right now. What are you doing right now to feel better? What are you doing right now to experience joy? What are you thinking about? What are you talking about? What are you looking at? Start looking at different things. Oh, yeah. All right, looks like Lori Granger's letting go is taking the lead here. So I think that's what we're going to go with today, if that's all right with everybody. Oh, yeah, now it's taken a good lead. All right, so I'm going to stop that poll. I'm going to come over here and get our meditation going. Lori Granger has a wonderful voice, and the music is very soothing and calm. So what I'm going to do is just suggest you listen to Lori, because she's going to direct you on how to sit comfortably and breathe. And that's really all you're going to be focusing on, is your breath, and listen to her words. Listen to what she's asking you to do and do it. Let your imagination go wild. Sound good? Yes? I just have to find her, so bear with me a second here. Let go. There we are. See you back here in 15 minutes. Enjoy.
Centering ourselves in our posture of stillness and adjusting our spine to be upright and dignified. Letting the eyelids slowly come down and entering the sweet darkness of our comfortable internal space. We will be allowing a number of belly breaths to help us drop into a deep meditative state where we can let go of what may be keeping us stuck in our lives. And so, with feet planted on the ground and the body stable and settled in silence, place your right hand on the belly and breathe in slowly, allowing the belly to inflate on the in-breath and deflate on the out-breath. Breathe so that the hand rises as the belly rises and falls as the breath leaves the body. Now, bring your awareness to your lips and allow this next exhalation to leave the body through the lips with a slow, gentle, measured blow. Coming all the way down to the bottom of the breath. And just try this a few times. Breathe in, belly expanding on the in-breath. Breathe out with a gentle, slow blow. Now bringing your full awareness to this out-breath, tuning into the exhalation fully, and hearing this gentle blow. And on this exhalation, allowing the shoulders to drop down now. Let go, let go. And hearing this next exhalation, dropping the jaw. Let go, let go. Moving to the neck now, and hearing the gentle blow. Let go, let go. Moving down to the chest, blow. Let go, let go. And to the belly, let go, let go. And to the lower body, let go, let go. And now, exhaling out from the feet into the ground, imagining with this next exhalation that your feet are growing roots into the ground, into this very spot on the earth that you fully inhabit with your presence right here and now. Strong, deep roots forming into the soil, into the earth, and ground down through your core into this place, this moment, this space, feeling your solid essence. breathing effortlessly now, with your feet rooted in the earth and your body relaxed yet solid under the vast blue sky, just being breathed by the breath. The breath is effortless. The breath is effortless. You are deeply rooted in this moment, breathing, being, centered, solid, strong, like a tree. And hearing each out-breath clearing the mind, clearing, clearing, breathing, hearing. Now, silently watching whatever arises in your mind. And as you notice a thought, an image, or memory arise in the vast space of your mind, name it. Worry, planning, reminiscing, analyzing, wishing, a simple label, knowing and naming, and then allow this thought, image, or memory to just float like a helium balloon into the heavens and watch it rise up and away into the sky. On the backdrop of the clear sky mind, just wait and watch as events form in the mind. Name them and let them drift into the sky. And one by one, let go and watch them float away. Notice which of them you hold on to longer. The sticky, charged, or recurring thoughts, and work to let them go without a second thought. In this way, we are working with letting go of shoulds, should-haves, what-ifs, and how-comes, returning to what is, clear mind, calm body, grounding our minds in awareness, where we are the compassionate witness to all that arises, where we hold all the strings in our hands, all the strands, and we let them go one by one, returning again and again to the rooted ground of awareness in the mind and compassion in the heart. So now, spend this time just observing, naming, and letting go, allowing the sound of the breath to keep you anchored and stable in your body's relaxed, natural state. In a few moments, the bell will sound to end this practice of letting go, and let go into this next moment of your life.
How'd that feel? I feel pretty good. A little different than Abraham. The ultimate result is the same. Yes, you feel good. The slide's not showing. Wow. Silly slide. Here's today's affirmation from my affirmation journal, which is now covered in all my books. A Garden of Thoughts by Louise Hay. I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. And it is the secret that I have learned with all my reading, with everything I'm doing. The secret to life is love. Doesn't that feel good, Barbara? And it's just, we call it feeling relaxed, but the truth of the matter is that's when you are in that state of pure positive joy and love. This is where you can make magic happen. This is where you feel love and you just go forward and love everything that you experience, because how come you're experiencing these experiences? Who put you in this world? Who decided what journey we were going to take? You did. You decided to put yourself right where you are. And you are where you are, and it's okay. Isn't that awesome to be where you are? You are where you are, and it's okay. Wherever you are right now is perfectly amazing, because from this moment is everything. And understanding and practicing and learning and discovering whatever it is you need to discover to help you feel this state of joy all the time. Because as you begin to feel that, the universe is going to deliver to you everything that is like that. And that's something that I think many of us have a really hard time contemplating, is that we need to feel the feeling of it before we can have it. And people are thinking, well, how can I feel the feeling of it? I don't have it. I want it. I want it. I don't have it. And when I have it, it's going to feel like this. So feel like this now. Do you all get that? I mean, that's, for many people, it's probably the hardest thing for you to contemplate, because you're in this situation where things are not going the way you want them to go, and there's maybe not enough money to do everything you want to do, and maybe the people in your life are not as happy as you are, and there's things going on in your world that you have to take care of. There's people you have to look after. There's things you have to do that you really don't like. The truth of the matter is that you chose this experience. And so the experience you're having is yours. And so what you need to do is look at the experience differently. And that's really what I'm learning through the Course in Miracles, is because you learn how to let go of everything, how to look at everything and attach nothing to it. Don't attach feeling to it. Don't attach to it, because we're all the same. We're all the same. So radiate acceptance. Accept everything, everything. Because who chose to be here? I want to get you guys, I want to see that we're all on the same page. Who chose this experience? You chose it, okay? You chose to come here. So don't be blaming your husband. Don't be blaming your daughter. Don't be blaming your mother. Don't be blaming your grandparents. Don't be blaming your father. You came here, and you might be thinking, why the heck would I choose this experience? Anybody feel that way? Why the heck would I choose this experience? My good, why would I choose that? The why doesn't matter. It's just recognizing you did, and it's the decisions you've made all along that have continued whatever's going on. And until you recognize, oh, wait a minute, I chose this experience. What am I learning? There's either a blessing or a lesson. And you chose to have those experiences. So enjoy them. Laugh at them. When things seem so bizarre, and how can anything get any worse? You ever notice that? Some days you have those days. How can things get any worse? Oh my God. Well, they can only get worse if you keep thinking how worse they can get. Things can only get better. So I want to read something here about inspiration. What is inspiration? This is out of Co-Creating at Its Best. Wayne Dyer says, I wrote a book years ago called Inspiration, using the two words inspire, inspirito, inspire in spirit. And there was a great teacher on this planet a couple thousand years ago named Patanjali. And he said, When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all of your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, wonderful world. And then he said, and this is what I want to ask you about, when you are inspired, dormant forces, faculties, and talents come alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you've ever dreamt yourself to be. It's almost as if you discover yourself to be God or Source or the Tao or Divine Mind or whatever name we place on the source energy that you speak of and speak to us from. And here's what Abraham says. The way that we have most recently been explaining that is, when you wake up in the morning, you have the potential of being in that highest frequency, because while you sleep, the momentum of your point of attraction ceases. So when you first wake up, before you begin thinking thoughts of what went wrong yesterday or what you have to do today, you have the greatest potential of aligning with that pure positive energy. So if you can focus there and allow a little momentum to get going, what happens is you tune into that source energy consciousness who is always aware of everything you're doing. But it isn't something that just happens. You have to focus yourself into that alignment. That's the best way of describing it. In other words, Source is there for everyone at all times. We are always there. And so when you are aware of the presence of Source, and when you are not offering a vibration that prevents you from your alignment with Source, then you have those wonderful moments. And you can do that all the time. And people refer to those who are doing that as masters. But all of you can do that. It is the mastery of focus. That's what it is. I want to remind you again, we just did a 15-minute meditation. Are you guys all still feeling the effects of it? Just a quick yes or no. Are you still feeling the effects of that amazing meditation? Are you still feeling kind of relaxed and feeling good? So I'm going to challenge you. Stop thinking all those crappy thoughts. Stop thinking about what's wrong. Stop thinking about what didn't happen. Stop thinking about what so-and-so did or might do. And start thinking about what you want to have happen today. What are the blessings in your life? What are the amazing things that did happen? Yeah, stop thinking about the weather. Go read a book. Go fill your mind with more amazingness. Recognize love surrounds me and protects me. You can be in this state all day. It depends on what you decide to focus on, not what anyone else decides to throw in your face, because they're only throwing in your face what you need to experience. Wrap your head around that. People are only throwing in your face what you need to experience. If you want to change the way you feel, you need to change the thoughts you think, change the things you do, and change the words you use. I know this from personal experience, that when I start focusing thoughts on things that are wrong, and I start focusing on things that are wrong, things are wrong. And when I stop and I focus on all the amazingness happening in my life and the beauty around me and these amazing people who come to this call 5 days a week, and we work together to inspire each other, and people are listening, and people's lives are getting better, and my life is getting better. Every day I'm feeling better. I feel that joy. I enjoy now. And boy, do I see big things coming. The weather will give you whatever the weather gives you. The weather is the weather. The weather is creating life. Without the weather, we would not have the cycle of life on Earth. So let's say this together as we go about our day, all right? Out loud, all together, on the count of 3. Are you ready? Everybody say, yes, I'm ready in the text chat. Yes, 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 yes. You ready? I'm going to count to 3, and then we're going to read this out loud, and I want you to read it with enthusiasm, okay? Really get into it. I don't care who's in your house. Just do it. Today. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Today, no matter where I am going, and no matter what I am doing, no matter who I am doing it with, it is my dominant intent that I will look for things that feel good. When I feel good, I'm vibrating with my higher power. Look for good everywhere because it is everywhere. In the biggest disaster, there is good. Look for it. If you can't find it, be it. Got it? Look for the good in everything. If you can't find the good, be it. I think that's going to be another quote of mine. Look for the good in everything. If you can't find it, be it. Watch your words. Practice your thoughts. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. You guys are amazing. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for helping me be a better person. It means the world to me that you work on being a better you. I think you're perfect just the way you are. And I love that you want to be a better you, that you see that you can feel better, that you don't need to feel like that. You don't need to feel anything but amazingness. And that life will bring you everything you want the minute you know how to ask for it. I love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm just finding something to play. Here we go. Tips to live a happy life. Have a great day, everyone. Love you guys. See you.